How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine.
Sorry, I had some problems to connect.
Yeah. We didn't, but we got it, no problem now. And welcome to our channel, Orienteering TV. It's really nice to see you here. I'm so happy for that. And just a minute, please. Okay. Yeah. We have collected some questions from our followers, and we want to talk with you about you that our followers wonders. And at first, would you like to share your experience with us?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What are you feeling now? Because you are in a Turkish channel now.
Yeah, it's nice to be interviewed by you guys. I think, or I always like to be in Turkey. I've been there, I guess, 3 times, and it's always a nice experience to travel there and meeting friendly people.
Yeah.
And I also recognize on social media many guys from Turkey are following me and are fans, so it's nice.
Yeah. Our Orientals, you're fun,
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
If I can give you or some guys some tips how to improve as an orienteer, and I hope soon to see more top results of Turkish orienteers, because that's good for the orienteering world when it's different countries competing on a high level.
Okay, Daniel, thank you. Let's continue questions.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna ask first question for you from our followers. This question for you: how have you started orienteering, and how old were you?
I started mainly because an uncle of mine was doing orienteering, or quite a lot of orienteering. So that's how I got in connection with orienteering. And I started at the age of 11.
Next question. Okay, let's continue. At the beginning of your orienteering life, how was the support from your family? What was their idea about this sport for orienteering?
Yeah, my parents, they were not orienteers, but of course they knew how it works a bit, but they never gave me some advices how to do it or how to improve and things like that. That was quite good, I think, because we never had these discussions at home, what should I do or not. So I was always doing my own thing and just relying on coaches. And yeah, but still my parents always supported me, and also my brothers. So they also were happy when we had good results. But for example, my mom, she was mainly her main point always was that we are coming back healthy again, no matter. She didn't care about results a lot.
Thank you, Daniel. This is my favorite question for you, also from our followers. But I like this one. And how you consider the connection between a physical performance and reading map? Which one plays more effective role on the way of champion?
Yeah, that's a hard question somehow.
Yeah.
Because I can't give just one answer and that's it. I think it depends a lot, and also on the world class level, you see that there are many different runners with these different strengths. And I think that's also the nice thing about our sport, that you can have different strong parts, and still you have a chance to beat others who are faster runners, even though they usually would beat you in a normal street race. But my opinion is that you need to have a good balance between both of them, both physical and technical yeah, like it's very important to be on a world-class level. But I think it's, of course, it's a good, let's say, advantage when you can run really fast. Because then you, even if you are not that stable technically, you have the chance to get some good results from time to time. But when you're too slow, it's hard to win a race or to once get a good position in a competition. I think, yeah. You can't get a lucky day and then you are running much faster than normally. Yeah. So the speed is more or less stable, I would say, or you have to improve it. But technical performance is, yeah, differing a lot. Sometimes also depending on the terrain and also depending on the distance, if it's sprint or long distance.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, next question for you. Is there any specific diet in your daily life for orienteering?
No, not really. Since many years, I never done something really extreme. Of course, I try to eat healthy and like regularly, so I don't change a lot what I'm eating. So I think it's of course an important part of a top athlete to. Also, in order to stay healthy, it's important that the nutrition is on a good level, on a really good level. But I don't think for me, I never wanted to do something special. I think the most important thing is to eat healthy. But I'm eating a lot because I also use a lot of energy while running, so I'm burning all this food again.
Thank you. Next question will important for Turkish orienteer because we wanna improve our orienting level, and it's for me, it's my students. It's for everything. And this question: do you have any advice about training methods to Turkish orienteers? Could you give some example about your training day? What is your step? May you explain what's your first step? May you explain it simply, please?
Yeah, when a normal week or day at home, I focusing mainly on running, on physical training.
Yeah.
I do maybe 2 map trainings per week.
Per week?
Yeah, per week.
Yeah.
At home. Because at home I know the forests around good, and it doesn't make sense to do much orienteering there. It's also not really challenging the area where I'm living. So just running is my main amount of training I do when I'm at home. So usually I go for 2 trainings. So I do a run in the morning and then other running training in the afternoon, or sometimes I have also strength training twice a week, and the rest is running. And advice, of course, it's important that to improve as an orienteer, it's important to do also a lot of map training, especially when you're young or when you're developing. I think it's important that then you also have to travel to train in different terrains. I think for a development of a young runner, it's important to switch your technique or get trained in different type of terrains, and therefore you need to travel in the country itself, but also to other countries. For example, when I was young, we traveled to Scandinavia every year, at least once or twice, because they have many challenging terrains, and those helps to develop as an orienteer. And you also get the chance to compare with other good runners when you compete. I think also competing a lot is important and helps to improve your orienteering skills.
Okay, next question. How do you prepare yourself to competition at that day's morning?
Yeah, that depends a bit on the competition time. If the competition is in the morning, I like wake up, let's say 4 hours before a race, then eat breakfast. Let's say 3.5 hours.
Oh, sorry, what are you eating before the competition? For example, normal breakfast, or if you eat special nutrition, maybe?
It's quite normal. I eat usually bread and jam.
Okay. Yeah.
Muesli, some cereals. So it's quite basic, nothing special. For me, I'm not sure what you are eating in your country, but no, that's quite normal, nothing special. Sometimes I also eat porridge. Like, porridge, you understand it? It's
For me,
pomegranate or
warm cereals style cooked. I don't know. Is it the word in English?
No,
not me.
No?
Almost the same like cereals or muesli.
Okay, no problem. Let's continue.
Yeah, and if the race is like in the afternoon or in close to the evening, then I sometimes do a morning jog. Yeah, like 50 minutes to activate my body.
Warm up.
Yeah, exactly. And usually nowadays the important races are often in the evening. So I don't like it so much, because then you have the whole day you have to spend somehow. You're a bit nervous and you don't know what to do, so you're just lying around or hanging around. So I prefer when the race is done, let's say at midday or at lunchtime, then you can relax or enjoy the day more than when it's when you have those hours before the race.
Next question will be maybe for you a special question, but I'm really wonder this question. It's important for me also, and it's gonna come. Who is the best competitor of all times for you? I have an idea, but I don't know. Maybe
you mean the best competitor?
Yeah, competitor.
Opponent.
Opponent. You mean my?
Yeah, opponent.
Opponent. The guy
opponent.
Most fights or. Yeah, if I have to pick one, I would say Thierry Georgiou.
Yeah, it's my idea.
Yeah, because since I started running World Champs, my first World Champs was in 2004.
Yeah,
and he was already there, and later we became big opponents, and every one of us wanted to win, and sometimes I managed to beat him, but he also managed to beat me many times. So of course I always respected him. But we never, when we were competitors, we never like had long talks. It was more like we didn't want to share too many secrets of our success, I guess.
How about your brother Martin? Martin, yeah, your brother.
Yeah, he is also an opponent, of course, not only brother. But
not bad.
Yeah.
Is he challenging you?
Yeah, he's of course he always wants to challenge me, but I'm on the lucky side to let's say I still manage to beat him most of the time. So
nice.
That's
okay.
Good. On the other hand, it's also nice when the brother is performing well. Then my family and also our fan club is happy if I perform bad and he performs well. So it's
maybe next time we can meet your brother.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, next question for you. Which is your favorite competition and map ever? I wonder that.
Yeah, that's also a question which is not very easy because I've been racing a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Many really amazing terrains and maps. So there are plenty of nice maps I remember, but one of my favorite terrain is in Baltikum, these countries like Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. I've mostly enjoyed to compete there, especially when it was in coast terrain. And in 2008 we had European champs, and especially long distance. That's one of my favorite competitions I've been running. It was really nice terrain, and yeah, like you had the feeling it's like somewhere out in the bush, and just you and nature and navigation through tricky terrain, and also fast runnable. My favorite terrains are usually let's say high-speed orienteering. I like when it's fast and you can go on straight ahead. I like that.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel. The final question from President of Orienteering Federation of Hacer Akyüz, Turkey of Hacer Akyüz. And how is your general mental training, especially in these hard days? And how is joining in your home? Because, you know, we are in the hard situation now, and COVID-19 virus. Therefore, we are at home. It's so hard for all humans, but it's also important for orienteers. We are in the home, but what will we do here? Do you have any plan or mental training? Can you explain?
Yeah, I must say this time or this situation is not easy for me as a top athlete or professional athlete. Yeah, because it's unsure. The future is quite unsure. We don't know when we have the next races. So it's mentally it's a tough time for me, and it's hard to stay positive all the time when they cancel races again, and when you see that people are struggling in your country or in different countries. Yeah. Of course, I try to keep the motivation.
Yeah.
Even though I had some weeks where I took it a bit more easy, not training too much. Also because I realized my motivation is a bit limited. So I'm in standby mode and try to keep the shape I had before this situation. And of course my goal is to be in shape again. Let's hope the World Champs will be organized in October, and of course I will do a proper preparation for that and start with full ambitious training again. And mentally, of course, I'm thinking a lot also, especially when I'm out and running in the forest. When I'm not doing orienteering, when I just go for a run, I think my brain is always really active while running. So then I'm thinking a lot.
So in general or now?
No, in general.
General, okay.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
Yeah, and there I often think about different scenarios or about situations which can happen in a race, and also sometimes I start dreaming about a medal or a victory, and that gives me the motivation to train, to go on and train hard. But I don't really like do or sit down at home and do some mental training. I'm more focusing on physical and technical training. I think the mental part is really important in orienteering, but it's hard to train. And if let's say if your thinking is good and successful, I think you don't really need to, to search or to invest a lot of time there.
Again, okay. Maybe we can ask one more question from our LA participants. I'm gonna explain to Turkish followers. Arkadaşlar şu anda sorunuz varsa canlı olarak bir iki tane soru alacağım. Soru sekmesinden gönderebilirsiniz. Ben şu anda kontrol ediyorum. Şu anda bir soru yok. Merak ettiğiniz bir şey varsa bir iki dakika bekleyeceğiz. Yazabilirsiniz, daha sonra da bakabilirim. Okay, Daniel, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more question from my friends, and he told to me, and he wanna learn. Do you know any Turkish orienteer and Turkish club teams?
Teams? No, I don't know any team. But of course, I know a few people.
Yeah, who is?
Ahmet
Kaçmaz, yeah.
Orhan
Kutlu, yes.
and Güzefe.
Huzeyfe, yeah.
Yeah.
Huzeyfe.
And Kendüzler.
Oh, İsmail Kendüzler?
Yeah, Ismail.
Kendüzler, really? Yeah.
Many people I met at the military world games. Military world champs.
Yeah, I know.
Got some gifts sometime. Like I have here.
Oh my God.
Turkish shirt.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, and once I got.
Where did you get
this one?
Yeah. I wanna. Yeah, Turkey, but. Yeah.
There's a Turkish orienteering shoe.
Yeah. I see. Maybe you got it in Antalya. Maybe.
Nowadays my girls are playing with it. So.
It's good, Daniel. It's good. It's amazing, Daniel. I want to say thank you to share your experience with us.
Of course, I know Veysel Yülo from Antalya. That's a guy I know. Veysel Güral, yeah. Yeah, I know. Would you like to say something to... Çabuk, yavaş. Very good. You know a lot of words. Okay, Daniel. Would you like to say something on the camera for Turkish followers or Turkish orienteers? Because they care you. I know when I told with my Turkish orienteers or my students, they asked to me, I wanna see Daniel. Daniel so famous in this sports. They are excited to learn something from me. It's very good for you. What do you think? This feeling, I wonder. You are number one in the world. It's gonna be good for you. Would you like to explain your feelings? Yeah, of course. I'm really honored to hear that I have many fans in Turkey. Yeah. Of course, it was also really nice. There was, as I remember right, there was one World Cup race in orienteering history in Turkey so far, individual World Cup race, and I won it. So maybe that's the reason why I have fans in Turkey. And of course, I also, as you now realize, I know a few words in the language. So if I meet like Turkish orienteers somewhere, I also say hello and say çabuk. And so çabuk. I like to make connection and talk to those people as I remember last year at World Champs in Norway, also discussed with the Turkish team. So it's always nice to talk with new people. And I hope Turkish orienteering will go on strong and improve, and that we see even stronger results or more of those results they made last years.
And I wonder one more things. Maybe when you finish your orienteer, maybe you can be when you finish your orienting career, maybe you can be coach. Do you have any plan like this? Will you be coach?
I don't know exactly now what I will be after retiring. I think being a coach is of course an option, but I also feel that now I'm traveling a lot to those races, and maybe it's also, if I retire, I'm maybe also a bit tired of this same like, let's say, setting all the time, going to the same races, and so maybe I need to do something else, but who knows what I will do. So I have a few ideas, but no.
Maybe maybe you can come to Turkey. You can be the coach in Turkey's team. Maybe.
Yeah, why not? We'll see.
Yeah, why not? Okay, Daniel, it's done. I want to say thank you to share your experience with us again. To join us broadcast. It's very nice to see you, and it's very nice to talk with you. I hope we're gonna meet again in one competition in Turkey. We are all together wishing you healthy and successful life.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.